Today I'm going to talk to everybody about the top 5 most interesting facts that I found on Ted Bundy. The first thing we're going to talk about is Ted Bundy's charisma. He would use his good looks and charisma to deceive women. These women would trust him because he appeared to have good intentions. But that is exactly how he ended up kidnapping a lot of these women. First, he would start by being in a very public area with these women, sometimes faking an injury or impersonating someone very important, like authority figures. After convincing them to trust him, he would then lure them into a very smaller setting to avoid many witnesses. From there, he would abduct them and then lead them to where he would ultimately kill them. Ted Bundy believed that his fascination with violent porn is what led him to recreate these violent acts on real women. He would find these women, rape them, torture them, and then kill them. He would keep the bodies so that he would be able to have sex with them afterwards. He also argued that many other serial killers suffered from the same thing, and have also accredited pornography to the reason why they did things that they did. Although there may be other factors that may have influenced him to commit these murders, this is the reason he believed it ended up happening. I do believe that these violent pornographic videos are what led Ted Bundy to want to recreate these fantasies on real people. But I also believe that there is something clearly psychologically wrong with him that led him to take it as far as he did, because there was no reason for him to actually hurt these women and kill them. Ted Bundy dated a classmate of his named Stephanie Brooks. Many people believe that the women he targeted had similar features to that of Stephanie Brooks. They were all white women ranging from their late teens to their early 20s. They all had long, straight brown hair. Many of them were college students, just like Ted Bundy and Stephanie Brooks were when they first met each other. Stephanie Brooks was the love of Ted Bundy's life. They dated for quite a while until she finally broke up with him. This left Ted Bundy completely heartbroken because she left him for lacking ambition. After that, he left the university but decided to come back better than ever, more ambitious. He eventually got her to go out with him again, but then later dumped her and dropped out of college again. After that is when the young women started disappearing. The next topic we're going to talk about is Ted Bundy's trophies. It is said to have believed that he had 12 decapitated heads in his apartment. Although it took him a long time to actually confess to the murders, he did admit to being a very evil man. He described himself as the most cold-hearted son of a bitch you'll ever meet. In terms of getting himself off, Ted Bundy used these heads that he kept from the murders as a replacement to pornography in order to relive the moments. Interestingly enough, Ted Bundy helped authorities grasp what was going on with the Green River Killer. He gave out numerous opinions that might help them get closer to the killer in the case, even giving them advice to stake out the site of the last freshest body that they could find in order to capture the Green River Killer coming back to the scene. Although it was ultimately the forensics that ended up getting the Green River Killer caught, Ted Bundy did assume an important role by giving them further insight on the mind of a serial killer. The weird and most interesting part about this, I believe, is that during this time he was waiting for his electrocution. I never imagined that a serial killer awaiting his death would actually spend the time to help the authorities look for another serial killer.